Star Wars Resistance, the kids show that airs on Disney XD, is actually a lot of fun. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys, this show is a kids show, and in a lot of ways there are a lot of kiddie aspects, but honestly, this show is actually quite enjoyable for all ages. I've been watching this show, and honestly, I have been enjoying it. There definitely has been a couple of episodes that have been hit or misses, but a lot of the episodes have got quite a few redeeming qualities in it. There definitely is that sense that Kaz, the main character, is the one who is, I guess, immature, and most of the goofy humor, and I guess kiddie humor, is coming from him, but it shows that he's got this room for growth. What I'm saying is, as the show grows up with its audience, so will the main character, which will change the tone of the show. Tonally, if we imagine that Kaz was actually just a normal character that wasn't necessarily aimed towards children, this show would actually be quite grounded and quite moderate in tone, instead of being in this kiddie tone. And while I have thrown around that kiddie tone, and, I guess the word kiddie around a lot, the show isn't really like that. There is definitely a lot of parts that will make you roll your eyes, but honestly, this show is a lot of fun and has so many more redeeming qualities than bad. I mean, just watch this one clip of a character by the name of Niku, and you'll see exactly what I mean.
And in my mind, that's what I was. Kazuda Xiono, the best starfighter pilot in the galaxy.
Hello, Kazuda Xiono, best starfighter pilot in the galaxy. It is so nice to meet you. Hello, Poe Dameron. It has been a lengthy amount of time since I last encountered you.
Right, great. Kaz, this is Niku. Niku, this is Kaz. He'll be hanging around for a while.
From what exactly will he be hanging?
Yeah, okay, never mind.
Look, a lot of people might find this character really annoying, but I just really love him. He makes me crack up every time. Along with that, the show definitely seems to have a lot of good plots that carry over between episodes, which is certainly something I didn't expect. Tonally, I thought this show would be quite light, which it is at the moment at least, but I thought that storylines wouldn't carry over, and it seems like they're actually having lots of interweaving storylines throughout all the episodes. With most shows that are aimed at this type of audience, normally the storylines don't really connect as much. This can even be seen in a show like Clone Wars, where storylines only really cross over between a maximum of about 4 episodes, with some references to them. But this actually does seem like there are characters that are specifically established in earlier episodes, and that this show would really only work if you watched it from start to finish. Now, for Season 1, I think they're just going to stay on the Colossus, similar to how in Rebels they stayed on Lothal, but I think they will branch out in later episodes. I mean, in the most recent episode that was just released at the time of me recording this video, there was an episode where they left the Colossus for a bit, and Kaz and Poe went to find an abandoned, I think it was a fueling station or something. It was some sort of station where they found a character that's going to be important later. So, again, we're kind of seeing more of those things that in going to the future, we're going to definitely see a lot more. However, I don't think this show is going to have as much lore building as a show like Rebels did. I definitely don't think it's going to build things like the Jedi lore. I do think it will probably tie into things like Episode 8 and Episode 7. In Episode 5, which is actually my favorite episode out of all of them, I think if you're going to just watch a couple, watch Episode 1 and Episode 5. They are really solid. But Kylo Ren is mentioned in quite, I guess, almost graphic detail. For a kids show, it's quite, I guess, shocking to me at least that they're going to talk about Kylo Ren going into a village and slaughtering everyone. I guess I'm not really sure what tone is expected of kids shows these days, but really, people do die in this show. Though most of it is in ships and explosions, people definitely die more than they did in Rebels. And look, I definitely don't need to see death to make a show a good show, but what I mean here is that this show definitely isn't just a kids show. I think it definitely has a lot of, I guess, little redeeming factors that make it completely worth the watch. And what have you got to really lose? So I think if you would like just a fun little Star Wars story, I guess to almost keep you distracted until episode 9, until lots of the content that comes out next year, then Resistance is definitely worth a shot. It's fun, it's at times cringeworthy, but overall I think it's going to become something that's a lot better. I think what it is now is pretty good already, and things like the art style are really creative, the music's great, the sound design's beautiful, so I think there's nothing to lose and you should definitely give Star Wars Resistance a chance.